The notion of a lost civilization was not a new idea. From Plato comes the story of Atlantis, a great advanced civilization. And the suggestion is that it's this hubris, this conceit of Atlantis, that had become so sure of itself that somehow the universe struck it down. If, for example, we were to face another comet impact as we did 12,800 years ago, and I don't believe that our civilization would survive such a cataclysm. Those who would survive would be hunter-gatherers, people like the Kalahari Bushmen. Hunter-gatherers are in the business of survival, and they would get through it. And 10,000 years from now, their descendants might tell a story about how there had been a time when there was a great civilization on this earth. So advanced, its powers were almost miraculous. You know, they could send people to the moon. They could fly around the world. They could speak to each other on other sides of the planet. But something went wrong. They became cruel. They became arrogant. They began to impose
I need my
their will
speedrunning
on
socks.
others.
I can't
They
speedrun
ceased
without
to wear
socks.
their prosperity with moderation, and the universe struck them down. I think there's a message in the Atlantis story for our civilization. We should stop being so fucking arrogant and proud in our achievements. We should show some humility, and we should learn the lessons of the past.
This is some hot garbage, this video.
Mr. Graham Hancock is back in the building for a record third time.
Fuck this guy.
The human story is much more mysterious than we've been taught.
London Real doesn't stop when the conversation ends. You see, that's when we get started. Because everything begins with a thought, and then comes the action. The London Real Academy is our global transformation platform. Here we bring together thousands of students from over 75 countries. Whether you want to build a profitable business from your passion, or learn to speak to inspire, or broadcast yourself with your very own podcast, or accelerate your life to become a high-performance person, we have the online accountability course and personal mentoring program that will make your dream a reality. Join us, and we'll take your life to the next level, together. Our next accelerator course is starting soon.
This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Graham Hancock, the British journalist and author of numerous best-selling books, which have sold more than 9 million copies worldwide. You specialize in unconventional theories involving ancient civilizations, stone monuments and megaliths, astrological data from the past, and altered states of consciousness. You're best known for your non-fiction investigations of historical mysteries, including the blockbuster book Fingerprints of the Gods in 1995 and its 2015 sequel Magicians of the Gods. Your new book, America Before, The Key to Earth's Lost Civilization, draws on the latest archaeological and DNA evidence to explore the mysteries of the past and the profound implications of how we lead our lives today. Graham, welcome back.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you again.
It's amazing having you here. I can't wait to talk about so many things about you. It's glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, because I know a couple years ago you had some interesting scares with your health.
Yeah, I've had an interesting couple of years health-wise. It's a strange thing, this business of life, because we start out full
What
of
is with these
strength and
fucking, like, fix your fucking volume levels? Like, fuck you.
I just took it completely for granted that I had been gifted with a fully functional body and able to just get out there and take on any challenge. But as the years go by, the machine begins to wear down a little bit, and then it throws you a curveball. And the curveball that was thrown at me was a series of massive epileptic seizures in 2017 while I was researching America before. The first one happened in New Mexico, completely out of the blue, totally unexpected. Santa wakes up during the night and finds me not in bed, and finds me on the floor in the bathroom with blood pouring out of my mouth. I'm whisked off to hospital, totally unconscious, whisked off to hospital, sort of brought back to functioning and discharged after 24 hours. But that was a minor one. The really bad one happened in Bath in England, where I live, in August 2017.
How much later?
So the first one was in May 2017, and the second one was in August 2017. And the one in August 2017 started with a headache, and I'm just lying on the sofa with Santa, and then suddenly I'm gone, and the rest of it is no memory for me. I'm only told about what happened. They have to call. I'm writhing and seizing so violently that they actually have to have 2 ambulance crews to bring me downstairs and out into the ambulance. Apparently I'm roaring in the ambulance. I don't remember anything about this, and the ambulance is shaking from side to side. They take me to hospital. They cannot stop the seizures. I'm in a state of just continuous seizure. And then the doctor takes Santa aside, my wife Santa, and says to her, "It's bad news. We think you're going to lose your husband. And if he lives, he's probably going to be severely brain damaged."
Oh, I gotta change it still.
As a last resort, they put me in a 48-hour induced coma. They just shut me down completely. And amazingly, I came out of it still functioning after those. I didn't know what had happened. I woke up after those 48 hours, and I saw several of my kids standing around the bed. One was my son, who's flown from Los Angeles, another is my daughter who's flown from New York. What are they doing? So what's happened to me? I had no idea. It was a very mysterious, very, very strange thing. But I think it was sent to teach me some lessons.
Okay. And what lessons are those?
Well, the lesson is not to take anything too seriously, actually. That's the problem. You have to be driven and committed to do this kind of research and to make good books, and that's all very well, but it also takes a price from the body. So I'm just trying to be a little bit more laid back in everything that I do and enjoy it.
Right. I mean, look at the size of this book. I mean, when you look at your other books,
Yeah.
I mean, you're an intense guy. And we just talked about, your writing regimen, which,
Yeah.
as we talked about once before, when you go in,
Yeah.
after you've done all of your preparation and research, when you go to write, it's 16-hour days, 7 days a
Yeah.
week for up to 6 months.
As long as the book takes. It's possible to spend 3 or 4 years actually writing a book, and I've done that in the past with a book like Underworld that I published in 2002. I allowed the writing to sprawl over a long period. What I found, and it really works for me, is get all the travel and research, the really detailed research, get all that done, get it thoroughly done and thoroughly in my head, and then sit down and do nothing else but write for as long as it takes. And typically, for a book of this length, the actual writing period can be 6 months, but you're looking at 2 to 2.5 to 3 years of research in front of that before the book actually gets writing. But the writing, I like to keep it tight. I like to live with the book. I like to be deeply immersed in the story, not distracted from it in any way. So I just drop emails. I don't take telephone calls. I don't correspond with people. I'm totally there, serving the book and living the story. And that works best for me, and I think it works best for the story I have to tell.
Did the writing of this come after your strokes?
It did, and this was an alarming prospect